Hamburger here with one thing about fingerstyle blues. And today's one thing is the 5-4-6-4 bass. If you want to download the tab for the example that I just played, you can go to the link below or the link on screen and get a PDF that's got the notation and tab for all of the examples in this series. So the 5-4-6-4 bass line is when you're doing an alternating thumb, but instead of just going between the root and the fifth of a chord, like in this case I'm on an A chord, and you might play the fifth string and the fourth string on beats 1, 2, and then again on beats 3 and 4, like that. Instead, we're going to play the root and then the fifth, and then play the fifth an octave down on the low string, and then back to the fifth on the fourth string. So in terms of the intervals, you're playing root, fifth, fifth, fifth. In terms of the strings, you're playing fifth string, fourth string, sixth string, fourth string. So 5-4-6-4, or a 5-4-6-4 bass. So it's a kind of alternating thumb playing, or a kind of Travis picking. And it works, in this case, on an A chord. You can do it on a B7 chord, a C chord, a C7 chord, an A minor chord, basically any chord where the root's on the fifth string. So in this example, there are a few different things going on that help to make the groove as well as what the thumb is doing. So index finger is playing the third string, and the first thing that happens is on beat 2, there's a pinch between the fifth string and the fourth string. But you don't just let the notes ring out. I'm playing with palm muting, so the bass notes are a little bit drier. And then when I play this pinch, as soon as I've played those two notes, the thumb and the index finger, I'm relaxing my grip with the left hand to kind of cut the note off and make it sound more percussive. So you might just try that, just relaxing the grip, not pressing down anymore, but still touching the strings with the index finger that's making this little half bar. So that sound. And then you might, from there, try to continue the bass for the rest of the measure. And then there's a couple of notes on the offbeat, a couple syncopations. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. So index finger alone is left to play in between the bass notes. So beat 3 is the thumb, the and of 3 is the index finger, beat 4 is the thumb, and the and is the index finger again. But there's another kind of left hand technique that makes for more syncopation, which is to fully damp the beat 4 bass note. So you've got beat 3, thumb, then on the and, index, then relax your grip before you even pick the note to get just a percussive sound for the downbeat of 4, and then follow that with pressing down again to get the index finger on the and of 4. This is all in measure 1. So that second half of measure 1 is. So try that a few times. And then you put the whole first measure together. And the second measure is the same, except that on beat 4, we change up what the bass is doing. So in the second measure, we've got, oh no, it's not the same. Yeah, so we replace the downbeat in measure 2. Instead of playing 1, 2, we have 1 and 2 and. So the beginning of measure 2, beats 1 and 2 of measure 2 are the same as beats 3 and 4 of measure 1, with the downbeat, the offbeat, the damped note, now on beat 2 of measure 2, and then the index again on the end of 2. So we end up having that pattern twice in a row. So we've got this from the beginning, bass note. So the bass note is basically, instead of on the fourth beat of measure 2, coming back in with the thumb on the fourth string, you're going to keep the thumb on the low string and play a G in the bass. So that on beat 3, you have the open string, and on beat 4, you've got this. So all together. So again, the beginning of measure 2 does the exact same thing as the second half of measure 1. 1 and damped note, 2 and. This is weird when you start slowing it down, trying to remember exactly how all the pieces go together. But if you take it measure by measure, you will be able to assemble it and end up with this groove that's based on this 5/4/6/4 bass line. Two more little nuances. Those index finger notes can sometimes be more of a brush, so that you get a little bit of the fourth string as well, which is kind of a John Lee Hooker thing. And when you go to make that bass note here, you might want to do kind of a quarter tone bend, pulling on the string a little bit, going up towards that return to the root. So you're just grabbing the note, and as you play it, you're pulling down, which tends to pull the note, the pitch of the note is going up. So once again, if you want to download the tab, go to the link below or the link on screen. Get yourself a PDF with all of the exercises in this series, and I'll see you next time.